Hello, hello, my darlings. How are we all doing on this fine and lovely day where we are going to rip Harry a new orifice for his behavior? Hello, my friends. Welcome to today's live stream. Make sure as you're coming into the chat, say hello to the mods, say hello to one another because we are going to have some fun today. I am going to have a lot of fun ripping Harry a new one for his behavior because I am sick and tired of Harry being coddled by the media, being treated like a fragile little boy, and it needs to stop. We are at the point where this man, this grown ass man baby. Oh, hi guys. Hello. I know I'm just getting right into the mess because I am fired up. Hi, John. Thank you. Thank you for that, my dear. I am truly fired up. Hi. So I just really got into it. So why don't we get into this? Because I am so annoyed, and I'm sure most of you are annoyed by Harry's behavior. Also, thank you, Christine, for the super sticker, my darling. That's very sweet of you. You know you don't have to do that, right? You guys, I'm appreciative of the super stickers and the super chats and everything, but really, in all honesty, the best thing you could do for me is just hit the like button or subscribe to my channel. That's all I ever want from you guys. But I'm always very appreciative of the super chats and super stickers. They go towards extra toys for Monster or treats for Monster, or sometimes I put them towards like a new Hot Wheel toy for the little one or like a new car or something. But I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you. So let's get into this mess because I am absolutely disgusted, just like you, Lizzie, wondering when this man-child is going to face the consequences of his actions. I'm wondering the same thing because at the end of the day, I am sick and tired of Harry being treated like a fragile little boy who had to walk behind his mother's coffin. It's enough of that. That was decades ago. Harry was 12, nearly 13 when that happened. I mean, he is now a 40-year-old petulant prick now. He has never been held responsible for his actions or had to face consequences. This middle-aged, grown-ass man baby who is also a racist, and I will say that, Prince Harry is a racist and is a self-confessed drug addict. He bullies everyone, as we saw with what he wrote in Spare and how he bullied one of the female school teachers and how he bullied. We've always heard about him bullying students at Eton. We have also had to hear Harry treating people like absolute garbage from his own bodyguards. Harry said that he would go around smacking his own bodyguards, knowing that they couldn't react, they couldn't do anything. And that's how Harry has always been brought up. Harry has always been a little shit who has exploited everything to his advantage, all while pretending to be a perpetual victim. This is a literal prince of the UK who is constantly whining about his mother. I mean, at this point, I'm sick to my back teeth hearing about Princess Diana. Sorry, Diana, Princess of Wales. I am absolutely disgusted and sickened because you have one degenerate son who is Harry. Apparently, people forget that Diana had two children and not one. There was Prince William and Prince Harry, and there was the two of them had to walk behind their mother's coffin. And the thing that really annoyed me the most, the thing that just boils my piss at all times. Thank you, Beth, for the super sticker, my dear. That's very kind of you. The thing that absolutely boils my piss about Harry is that he acts like his mother's death and passing is like the worst thing ever. And it is the worst thing ever. But Harry is showing you what happens if you take the passing of a parent and you never try and better yourself. You never try and get over it. You always want to be a victim. You always want to be the one that's always desecrating her memory and rewriting history. And then you've got Prince William. And my heart really goes out to William, because we all know William was being treated by Diana as her personal confidant. This child, who was older than Harry, was being told things that no child should be hearing. Remember when Diana got William a boob cake for his birthday? Very embarrassing. It was William who was shoving the Kleenexes underneath the bathroom door for Diana when she was crying. It was William who would be, one would think, with everything that William had and how close he was to Diana, one would think that William would be the damaged son, because he was the one that Diana would lean on and treat like an adult when he was just her son. One would think that William would be the one with the problems, but look at how William has turned out. William is showing everyone that just because you lose a parent, which is so tragic, and it's the one thing that nobody should ever have to face, but it happens in life. Tragedies happen in life, and William is showing us all how one deals with a tragic loss like losing a parent. William is showing the entire world that a death of a parent doesn't need to define you. You don't need to become the angry, miserable person who's out to lash out at other people all the time. William is showing us all that when something tragic does happen in your life, you can still move on, you can still have a good life, and you can honor that person's memory. And William is doing everything that he can by honoring Diana's memory with the way that he moves, with the work that he takes on, especially with his homelessness thing going on right now. They actually moved in new tenants in Aberdeen into new homes for them. William is quietly making a difference in the world, whereas Harry is just your degenerate loser. At the end of the day, I'm sorry if I'm being super blunt here, but we need to keep in mind Harry was a 37-year-old prince that nobody wanted. Have you ever heard of anything like that? A prince that no woman wanted to be with, except for a low-level raggedy prostitute that he got from Soho House, who used to hang out in the Soho House hallways. A red flag right there. You know that if a woman is leaving her luggage at the Soho House Hotel for weeks on end, then there might be something going on. But the only idiot who couldn't clue in was the idiot named Harry. And now this idiot has gotten himself into more hot water, because remember about a year ago, my darlings, when I did a live about the mess that was going on in African parks here? This was a live where I spoke about the horrendous treatment of the Baka people and how they were being treated, how they were being, you can't say the M word, so unalived by rangers or people that were hired by Harry's own charity. And once again, we now have another issue with Sentebale. We now have another issue with a charity that Harry has set up. And it's all going to hell. Because remember this lady here? Remember the lady that Meghan was an absolute prick to? She was a total jerk to, was bossing them around. let me refresh your memories if you guys don't remember, and let me turn up the sound so we can all hear the way that Megan, this low-class raggedy trollop, who in my mind had no business being on this stage for Sentebale here, because Megan has nothing to do with Sentebale. She had nothing to do with the initiatives or nothing, but Megan, being Megan, has to always shove herself in the middle of everything because she thinks that she is somebody special, because she married the idiot, the low-hanging fruit, the moron of the royal family that nobody ever wanted. You hear Megan tell her, you want to come and stand over here? Once again, you want to come and stand over here? You want to come and stand over here? Again. And then not only that, Harry is such a jerk that Harry is like a little boy. It's like, the trophy's mine. I can't let go of it. He doesn't even let go of it so the doctor could pass by. I don't understand why Megan wouldn't just move her flat arse over, but this is so embarrassing. This look pissed me off even more, because once the lady moves over, Megan gives Harry the look like, can you believe this bitch? Can you believe that I had to tell her this many times to come and stand here? This is Dr. Sophie Chandauka, and you better put some goddamn respect on her name. I cannot wait. Harry has definitely met his match, and now the media is trying to paint this woman as the angry Black woman. Yeah, isn't it crazy how the Sussex Squad are going in on this woman? Let me show you what the narrative is being shared around around Facebook about Dr. Chandauka. Let me pull it up here. I thought I had it saved, but apparently I don't. I have way too many tabs open and I can't have an issue finding what I wanted. But here we go. Let me share with you all the notes that the Sussex Squad, the Black women of the Sussex Squad, have been told to go on attack of this highly educated and successful woman. And this is what they've been spreading all over Facebook. It reads, that woman. Now, I find that woman has a name, Dr. Sophie Chandauka. And you better put some respect on her name, like I said. Referring to her as that woman, do you remember when Meghan Markle made a big deal being referred to as that thing? Or no, not that thing, that girl or that woman, something like that. And she threw a fit, and Harry made a big deal out of it too. But it's okay when their fans do it, right? So that says that woman was behaving as though she was in love with Harry. I watched her when they all went to Japan. All she wanted was to do a hug. All she wanted to do was hug Harry and to take pictures. She was always trying to insert herself between Harry and Nacho. I was looking at the video last night when they were in Miami. She wanted to insert herself between Meghan and her husband. Why didn't she go find hers? She should try this game with So Like Me. I would have taught her a valuable lesson. Oh, that's great. So they are now threatening her. They are threatening violence towards Dr. Sophie Chandauka. Isn't that awesome? Heifer sounds like she mismanaged the money and expected Harry to back her. She has a nerve. Let me tell you guys that Dr. Sophie Chandauka, who was on the board woman, who was the chairwoman of Sentebale, who's been there for a long time, was not getting paid. She was not taking anything. She actually cared about the charity. So no, she wasn't mismanaging the money. What she wanted to do is she wanted to move Sentebale to Africa so that they could actually focus on the charity. Because what's the point of having Sentebale is located in the UK when Prince Sisu or whoever is in Lesotho or wherever he is, Harry is in the United States doing whatever he wants. And then she wanted to actually move the charity and have it centralized in Africa where they can actually help people. Gwen, I'm glad you asked this because I'm going to mention something here. Gwen says, is Harry Sancho Nacho involved with Sentebale? I wonder if he has also received funds. So what has come out is that the trip that Harry took to Singapore to play polo to one up his brother's Earthshot prize that was supposed to be held in South Africa, or it was being announced in Singapore at the time, Harry had Sentebale cover all the costs of that. Harry had Sentebale pay for them to go play polo there. Now, I want to know how much that would have cost. Exactly, Chiquita. She is auditing the accounts. Let me read to you firsthand her her statement that she released. And her statement will tell you everything about what this lady is wanting to do. Her heart is actually in the charity, whereas the board of trustees and Prince Harry are the type where their hands have been caught in the cookie jar. USAID was hooking Lesotho up. Let me tell you something about USAID, and then I'll go back to what I wanted to mention. But I'm all over the place this morning because I am pissed off. I am sorry, my friends, if today's live is just all over the place, but I am annoyed. I'm pissed off at this whole oh, we're going to Africa to help these poor people. And really, you're just helping yourselves. You're just caring about yourselves. You don't care about any of these people. Let's be completely honest. You don't care about them at all. Thank you, Christine, for the super sticker, my darling. That's very kind of you. Let me read to you this part of Newsweek. So Newsweek issued this article back on, what was it? Let me give you the date here. It was March the 6th, this article was released. So March the 6th, they released this article by Jack Royston. And if you go down, it says Prince Harry, Sentebale, and USAID. The charity helped deliver. Oh, let me go up here. Hold on. Let me start here. So there's no suggestion that the $8 million Trump reference was destined for Sentebale. However, there is no telling how ripple effects of the president's seismic overhaul of aid might affect the organization indirectly. And any cuts impacting AIDS and HIV work in Africa will likely be a huge concern for Harry, testing to limit his recent policy of not picking fights with Trump. So Prince Harry, Sentebale, and USAID. The charity helped deliver the 5-year Karabo Ia Bofolo KB program in Lesotho starting in 2020. So just at the start of the pandemic, right? Which set out to support 25,000 vulnerable children and orphans preventing HIV. The U.S. Foreign Assistance website describes $51.4 million being given to the project over 5 years, ending in January 2025, listing the partner as Baylor College of Medicine. It is possible that Sentebale was not the only recipient. Sentebale's 2020 annual report read institutional funding has been vital over the last year to ensure continued strong program delivery. Now, I'm no idiot here, but $51.4 million being given to a project, I bet you that could support and help more than just 25,000 vulnerable individuals. Those numbers don't make sense. These numbers, when I see big numbers like this, and it's just so funny that now that, the funding has stopped, because it did stop in January 2025. Now, all of a sudden, oh, Harry has quit. He has decided to back off now that Dr. Sophie Chandauka is really looking into it. But let me tell you, not only did Sentebale receive that money, let me just remind you real quick here. Hold on a second. Hold on, my darlings. Let me just show you real quick, because back on February 11th, my dear friend Stephen, who is our amazing accountant whiz here, did send me a copy of this where it showed that Harry's African parks received a boost of over, as you can see here, in 2020, right? In 2020, African parks received a massive income boost of $98 million, which only 19,398,682 was actually sent to Africa. So where did the rest of the money go? That's a lot of money, Harry. Where's all this money going? That's a lot of money. And I am at this point, I'm like, you know what, Charles, this looks bad on you too, because as long as Harry and Meghan are still representatives of the royal family, this looks bad. This looks like Charles is protecting them. I'm sorry that I have to bring this up, but it is absolutely insane. And you guys remember that I told you when Harry and Meghan went to the States, when they ran off to America and live in California here. You guys remember, I said Harry and Meghan are receiving American taxpayer funds because remember their first tour, their faux tour of New York, they had US Secret Service with them. I have seen many images of the same US Secret Service guy with them over time. Even when it was claimed, no, they weren't receiving protection, but he was just wearing civilian clothes so you wouldn't notice him as much. And I feel that with all the money, with everything that Harry and Meghan have done to rip off the American taxpayers, they should be made to pay back every single dime. So what? Harry and Meghan are just allowed to go and rip off the UK taxpayers for a fraudulent wedding. They got 32 million pounds for security from the UK taxpayers there. Meghan got to live off of the UK taxpayers with Charles paying for her clothes and housing and having all of their life paid for. And on top of that, they were receiving a 4.5 million pound allowance from Charles. And don't forget, that allowance that they received was to pay Chris Boozy and them to attack William and Catherine. And in my opinion, this has all been enabled. They've been enabled from the very beginning. I feel like Harry and Meghan are two leeches on society who do nothing but go around costing millions upon millions of dollars. Like, look at Canada right now. The Invictus Games, they've got a massive bill on their hands right now. The people of Vancouver have a massive $1 million bill, multi-million dollar bill on their hands. And for what? What revenue has Vancouver seen from the Invictus Games? How did it help Vancouver? Vancouver is stuck with like 10 ugly ass I am statues now that the Invictus Games and taxpayers have been paid for. And for what? What are they going to do with these ugly ass things? This is the guy who claims that he cares about the ecosystem, right? But you're leaving these big ass ugly statues around for what? I am absolutely disgusted. But let me read to you Dr. Sophie Chandauka's statement, because I feel like we all need to stand behind Dr. Chandauka. I know that a part of me thinks, you know what, as usual, nothing will happen to Harry. Charles will probably come and sweep it for him, and then it'll go under like the covers. We'll never hear anything about it. But I feel like, you know what? Screw Meghan's stupid cupcakes that probably have hair in it, that have synthetic crap or lead in it, that don't have any ingredients listed in it. You know what, Meghan? Take your basic ass baking that other people have done for you that you're pretending to do. We don't care about it. We care about the millions that you are siphoning off the government and off of taxpayers and people who don't even have money for your own means. And we are all sick and tired of it. We all want our money back. UK taxpayers should get their money back. Canadian taxpayers should get their money back. Now American taxpayers should get their money back. You owe a lot of money to people. Yeah, save the backup people for sure. Save the backup people. Save the people that are being raped, murdered, horrifically treated by these people that claim that want to help these individuals. You know, myself, I never ever trusted, ever since I was a child, I never trusted these charities that would go into African countries and African cities and say that, oh, we're helping them. How so are you helping them? By just showing up for one day, getting your photos, smiling and stuff while they all look sad, and then you take off. Once you sit your ass on your plane and you leave the country and you leave, you probably have forgotten about them. I don't like this gross ass, like, white savior complex. Look, we're doing something to help these people. No, you're not. You're exploiting them. You're not doing anything. Let me read to you Dr. Chandauka's statement because I am just going off today. I am pissed off at all this. It's disgusting. And I stand with Dr. Sophie Chandauka. And my apologies, Dr. Sophie, if I am butchering your last name. My apologies in advance. So she says, I chose to join Sentebale first and foremost as a proud African who understands that in the spirit of Ubuntu, to whom much is given, much is expected. Everything I do at Sentebale is in pursuit of the integrity of the organization, its mission, and the young people we serve. My actions are guided by the principles of fairness and equitable treatment for all, regardless of social status or financial means. There are people in this world who behave as though they are above the law and mistreat people, and then play the victim card and use the very press they disdain to harm people who have the courage to challenge their conduct. Discerning readers will ask themselves, why would the chair of the board report her own trustees to the Charity Commission? Why would the High Court of England and Wales accept her application to hear the matter at all if the case had no merit? Well, because beneath all the victim narrative and fiction that has been syndicated to the press is the story of a woman who dared to blow the whistle about issues of poor governance, weak executive management, abuse of power, bullying, harassment, misogyny, misogynoir, and the cover-up that ensued. I could be anyone. I just happen to be an educated woman who understands that the law will guide me and protect me. I will say nothing further on this matter at this time. I have one job. I must focus on fundraising for the very important work of the young people who inspire the incredible team at Sentebale, who make sacrifices daily at a time when geopolitics is severely impacting funding or development work in Africa. For me, this is not a vanity project from which I can resign when I am called to account. I am an African who has had the privilege of world-class education and career. I will not be intimidated. I must stand for something. I stand for those other women who do not have the ways and means. I am indebted to those who have stood by me and picked up my urgent call for help so that we can continue the mission at Sentebale. I will continue to faithfully perform my role as chair of the board, and I look forward to the opportunity to work with others who are interested in the issues of health, wealth, and climate resilience for the young people in Africa. Now, that is a statement. Bravo, Dr. Chandauka. Bravo. Bravo. That is a statement that says everything that you need to know. There's no extra nonsense. It just gets right down to the business and tells you, look, these jerk offs, their hands are in the cookie jar. That's basically what it's telling me. This lady actually cares about Africa. She has seen firsthand what her country is going through. She has seen these individuals come out and now try and destroy her reputation for blowing the whistle. Why would the entire board of trustees, think about it this way, Dr. Sophie Chandauka wants to blow the whistle about this, right? Why would the entire board of trustees and Prince Harry step down if they weren't guilty of something? Doesn't that right away tell you that they are guilty of bad behavior? And now Harry, who once said that the royal family would use the press and would basically tell the press what to write about him and brief them, is actually doing exactly what he accused the royal family he is doing to Dr. Sophie Chandauka, because they knew Dr. Sophie was about to release the statement. So Harry has been using the British press, the same British press that he claims to despise and hate, and claim that he has been left reeling over Sentebale's charity and that he is upset that he had to step down. Well, look, if you didn't do anything wrong, why step down? Why not stick around for the entire process if you didn't do anything? Video clapback coming from the Markles in 3, 2, 1. I know, right? I can feel it coming, especially after this live. Harry had to run off to play polo and claimed it was for Sentebale in Singapore. How does that help this patients with HIV/AIDS in Africa or what other countries or the other cities? Like, we know that's a huge problem in Africa. And the crazy thing is that Harry is just running around, running amok for the royal family, and he's being allowed to do it. This reflects badly on the royal family. This reflects badly because, like I said, Harry is still listed on the royal family website. Harry is still listed as a working member. And even better, they have even put a little hyperlink so you can go to their own site and see what they're doing. Amazing, isn't it? The poor people in Africa are being used. They've always been used. They've always been used under the guise of, we are going to help the people in Africa. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because think about it. Think of all this money I mentioned earlier. Sentebale, let's say they received the $51.4 million that was given over the 5 years for this project, right? You know how many people you could help, especially with the medication down there being, hold on. Let's see how much is the cost. Let's say in Lesotho. So let's see. So it says here that in Lesotho, with support from the Clinton Foundation, the first drug regimen for HIV treatment is available at the cost of approximately $120 per year per person. Per year. You know how many people that could help? The 51.8 million, and what? They claim that, oh, it could only help 25,000 individuals? BS. Where's the money? Where's the money? Obviously, all the trustees and all them have had their hands in the cookie jar. One of the trustees was getting a nice 4-bedroom villa, totally comped with staff and everything. You've got trustees that are being housed, that are taking first-class flights around the place. And what? How does this help those that are suffering, that need help? It doesn't. I want to know where all this money is going. And I stand with Dr. Chandauka, who is actually trying to get to the bottom of this. Harry needs to be stopped. Harry can't go around thinking that just because I'm a prince, I can siphon millions off of others and nothing will happen to me. Yeah, the Clintons are the original grifters, and they will probably take a lot of that money, I'm sure. But that, I was just giving that example because I just wanted to look at how much the cost of the medications would be exactly in that area. I mean, Sentebale, just remember, Sentebale at the end of the day paid for Harry's luxury accommodations when he wanted to go to Singapore and play polo because he was jealous of his brother's Earthshot thing being announced in Singapore. You've got transportation of polo ponies that had to happen. I bet you Nacho probably didn't have to pay for the transportation of his polo ponies because he was there, and Nacho doesn't travel anywhere for free. So why did Sentebale have to pay for that? How did that help anyone? Oh, Lady E, I am going to get into that story. I'm going to upload like a quick 5-minute story about that later because that's foul. That is absolutely foul. But anyways, let me see what you guys are saying because I'm I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And these are the individuals who claim that they're philanthropists and they're humanitarians. And Doge already found the Sentebale and African Parks money. Really? I mean, I've read how much they've received, but I want to see exactly like who's been getting what cut. I should look more into that. The last time Haz was in Lesotho, a group of US Congress and rich folks were there too, like Haz was the host. Yeah, it was probably a free trip for them with first class accommodation. I mean, it just, you know what? When you get individuals who go to Africa, like Meghan Markle, let's say, because she claims to be 43% Nigerian. When Meghan Markle went to Nigeria, she stayed in first class luxury accommodations. She took a private jet to get from one city to another city, which they could have just drove. And then on top of that, Meghan never tried any Nigerian food at all. If you've never tried Nigerian food is really tasty. It is delicious, okay? But that just shows you if you go to a country and you don't immerse yourself in the culture and you're just going there to look like a savior who's helping them out, you're just a racist, in my opinion. I don't care that you're going there to play white savior. To me, you're giving me the image that you don't really care about these individuals. You don't think about them. This is all just an ego boost for you. This is all just for you to feel special. Molly, you're pissed. I didn't notice. Tell us all how you really feel. I know. I know, right? Is it that obvious? She prefers beige, disgusting food with dried flowers and her fingerprints in it. I don't want to know where Meghan's been stuffing her fingers and then sticking her thumb in thumbprint cookies. Disgusting. No, thank you. Yeah, and apparently Sentebale have been involved in child Ooh, you know what? That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me because I was watching a documentary not too long ago on that situation and child, trafficking in some cities in Africa, and it's really like it's crazy. It's crazy. Your heart just breaks for these children, like some families that like are selling off their own children or like just getting snatched too. It is absolutely it breaks your heart. It breaks your heart. And then you've got these individuals, they're like they're wolf in sheep's clothing. They pretend like they're helping these individuals when in reality they're not. They're really just using them. I want to try jollof rice and fufu. Jollof rice is really easy to make if you get a hand for it. And there are a couple channels that I watch here on YouTube, these Nigerian cooks and stuff, and I watch how they make it, and it's really good. But then if you can get it in a restaurant first and then try and replicate it, then you know what you got to look for. But yeah, Nigerian food is good. Like the way they stew their meats and they use lots of fresh vegetables and greens. And I mean, I don't know if you like okra. Like I like okra, but they know how to. I'll be honest, there's some okra dishes that I don't like because it takes me a little bit to get around the slimy factor. But then once you get it over with and get past that, then you're all good. But yeah, these people are all absolutely disgusting. Oh, Molly, watch the Lord's name, hun. I'm sorry. My apologies. If that slipped out, I apologize. I didn't mean to. You're right. You're completely right about that. And you're right. Better Up also is another company of nothingness, which is just to siphon funds. I told you guys a long time ago, Harry and Meghan are only siphoning, like they're two leeches. They're two leeches on society who are getting involved in things like mental health, veterans, and like say being philanthropists because of the money and the grants that you can get from the government. Yes, and Travelist. These three areas and these four areas, travel also, are you can get some of the biggest government grants and handouts for it. Lie about helping veterans. Look at all of these companies that claim that they're helping homeless veterans, and yet we still see homeless veterans out on the street. If these organizations, if these charities actually wanted to help these individuals, they could. But guess what? If they actually started helping these individuals, then the money would start getting cut off, because once the problem has been fixed, well, there's no more handouts, right? So that's why they don't really care to help these people. It's like they let the problem get worse and worse and worse, and they can pretend to just, oh, yeah, we are helping. No, you really aren't. You're not doing anything. You're shady. You're siphoning the money into your own pockets. You're putting it through Delaware accounts where then you can only like have to give away a very minute amount. The homelessness issue in LA is wild. Like, I remember, okay, I with moving down to LA recently, and like from say 10 years ago, when was about the last time I was in LA, it was like to visit and stuff, but just you see the difference and it's like mind-boggling. It's like, what the heck? It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Like the amount of homeless people and just people openly doing drugs now in the street. You're like, LA used to be thriving. LA used to be like a fun place to go. Now it's like, I will not go out of my house once it gets dark. That's what like you don't recognize LA. I was talking to my mom and I told her, because she said, "Oh, I wanted to come down and visit you." I said, I don't know, maybe wait a bit, maybe wait," because I literally had to tell her, like, "Mom, if you want to come down here, like I'll take you down to Rodeo Drive so you can go and check out the stores, or I'll take you to like the Beverly Center so you can check out the mall there. But besides that, I will not let you walk anywhere, because there is literally human fecal matter on the sidewalks. There are tents everywhere. There are needles." I'm like, you literally you cross the road onto Rodeo Drive and the street is immaculately clean. But then if you cross off of Rodeo Drive, it's like a whole nother world, and it's just across the street that you have walked. That's it. It is crazy. And I'd hate to say it, LA has been turning into a place like Vancouver. If you look at Vancouver, look at like how bad Hastings has gotten, that area. It's crazy. And these are two cities that used to be thriving and beautiful, and it has absolutely been destroyed. Yeah, exactly. Your poor mom will be worried sick about you. Better she doesn't see it. It's exactly like when I was down here when the fires were happening, I didn't tell her anything at all until later, way later. And then I actually showed her the photos of like how close the fire was. And then that's when she started freaking out. I know, it's seeing the world change like this has gotten crazy, but then you look at people like Prince Harry and it's like, because of your greed, because of your bullshit, the world has gone to absolute hell. It's sad. It's sad, but I'm thankful for someone like Dr. Chandauka who is blowing the lid off of this. And Harry should be held accountable. You can't just go around and use charities and claim that, oh, just because I'm Prince Harry, we deserve money. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, Harry he hasn't made an announcement about what's been going on with the backup people. And yet Harry, the Duke of Sussex, used the Diana Award and he just intertwines it all together. Intertwines it. His charity African Parks is also a core programming partner of the 2024 Concordia Annual Summit. You know what's crazy is that Harry's been going around hosting galas for African parks and hosting galas and getting money and like what's going on here? Molly, you should see the homelessness encampment along the rail trail in Kelowna. Oh, I've heard Kelowna's gotten really bad. Kelowna and like, yeah. I used to go snowboarding up in Kelowna a lot when I was younger. But it's crazy just seeing the world change. And it's like, okay, well, I'm just waiting for the zombie apocalypse at this point. Stephen, my darling, hello, says Sentebale grants Africa in 2011 was 336,000 pounds, was 14 grants of 24,000. Fast forward to 2023, grant pot was just 3,000 given as 2,520 pound grants. That is absolutely disgusting. Can we just say that under Harry and Meghan, all charities have gone to shit? Can I say that? I mean, it is a fact. Look at what's happened to Invictus. Look at what's happened to Sentebale. We remember when Meghan came and joined the Royal Foundation with Harry and Catherine and William, that there was all of a sudden like mismanagement of money. And remember, that had to be separated. Harry and Meghan are massive ding-dongs. They definitely are. They're leeches of society who do nothing but go around, claim to want to help others, when in reality, they are doing nothing but just leeching off of the government, leeching off of others under the guise of wanting to help others. And I am absolutely disgusted. I am glad that Dr. Chandauka is blowing the whistle at this, but just keep note at every single person who comes out against Dr. Chandauka. I bet you every one of those people who come out against her are mad at her because they had their hands in the cookie jar also, and now their extra money has been cut off. They are a bunch of parasites and thieves. They definitely are. They definitely are. Ginger says, Molly, can you join other YouTubers to have a session to encourage IRS to investigate Harry and Meghan for all of these stealing of funds? Meghan is the curse. Can I be completely honest here, Ginger? I'm going to be completely, I love the idea, but I'm telling you, YouTubers cannot work with other YouTubers. There's always some drama that comes out. And it's not just Megxit YouTubers. You can look at every single genre of like community on YouTubers. They end up having drama and problems with each other. They get together and then there starts to be a problem and there starts to be drama. And I feel like it's sad. I hate saying that because it's sad, because I feel like there are certain YouTubers that I would love to link up with that could shine a bigger light. Even though I hate saying that word, that could really like shine a light on what is going on. I completely understand. Mole Lady C on Dan Wooten implied that she was doing this to gain control of the funds in a negative way. I couldn't believe it, but maybe I misunderstood. Margie, I'll go and look at that clip and I'll try and see like what she meant, because I haven't watched that, what they were saying, so I'm not sure. But yeah, the only YouTube genre I find that gets along are the cruise vloggers. You'd be surprised that even the cruise vloggers, they have some drama in with them themselves. I mean, personally myself, like I've said before, please don't lump me in with the Megxit YouTubers, because even some of the Megxit YouTubers are crazy. I know that the Sussex Squad do a wonderful job of making themselves look like idiots and making themselves look like the racist fools that they are. But let me tell you this. The other day, I saw a couple of Megxit YouTubers and they were on a panel, and I'm not going to mention names or anything, but you guys might know who I'm referring to. But this one Megxit YouTuber was talking about how the Sussex Squad, they dox us, they put out our private information. And this YouTuber was saying, you know, I would like for the Sussex Squad to come after me because I've got the KKK 45 minutes down the street from me that I could call up and I could have them handle. And I was just like in shock when I heard that. I was like, are you serious? Like, why? Like, this is why I don't want to like connect with other Megxit YouTubers, because it's like, you know what? The Sussex Squad do such a good job of showing themselves who they are. I'm just waiting. I pray that the squad do not get this clip in their hands, because this looks bad for that individual. Now, this individual and I, we might not get along or anything, but I would not like to see the hate that comes towards her way because she mentioned that. Now, these individuals, because they are Black women, they're going to start saying, like, you want us to get lynched? You want us to get hurt? You want, like, it can go all different ways. It was horrific. It was absolutely horrible. Now, I pray and I hope that no squatty gets this clip in their hands, but this is also a reason why I don't and I won't go back to collabing with other Megxit YouTubers because of what comes out of their mouth or their affiliation with other fraudulent YouTubers. And that's what I don't want anymore. I learned my lesson the first time. You know, I'll say this and then I'll end this because we've gone completely left here. I basically learned my lesson the first time. I learned my lesson by sticking up for someone that was getting bullied and whatnot. And I got a ton of backlash and hate. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do me. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to focus on my channel. And if maybe one day I want to have someone just as a guest to chit chat, just to bounce ideas back and forth, then maybe do that. But then, yeah. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be on myself because I feel like me sticking up for a person when things are wrong, sometimes it comes and bites me in the ass. And then I think, why didn't I just keep my mouth shut? But yeah. I'm just going to stay in my own lane. Mole is just going to stay here in her own lane, hang out on her own. And I am so thankful and grateful for each and every single one of you guys that are here, that spend your 50 minutes or you spend your time with me when I'm doing these lives or when you guys check out the replay, because I know out of all of the Megxit channels, out of all the channels that cover Harry and Meghan, you guys could pick any channel to go on and listen to, but you guys decided to come here, hang out with me, and I appreciate you guys all so much. You have no idea how much you guys being here means to me, because at the end of the day, I find having a voice and having this platform on YouTube to be a privilege. Yes, I can be very harsh with my words. People might think that I bully Meghan Markle. I don't bully Meghan Markle. I'm just here calling her out on her nonsense and on her BS. That's it. I am just here to just call her out on her dishonest behavior. I just want to say what's on my mind. And sometimes my truth is too honest because I don't care to sugarcoat. That's it. So I'd rather just be by myself, rather just give my opinions on my own and hang out here with you guys and just speak. And just speak. Just share my thoughts, as Meghan Markle would say. Just share my thoughts and just be me. But you guys, I've kept you guys here for so long, 52 minutes. I told my moderators it would only be like a 40-minute chat today. And I think that for now, later on, I will be uploading a video about Meghan and her going into adult sex toys, because that is something that I need to touch base on. And, you know, with my fantastic vocabulary and grammar, it's going to be a hilariously funny video. It's going to be funny. And at the end of the day, I will always be here to call out Harry and Meghan on their shady behavior. Harry has always been a little shit. Harry has always been a complete turd. And confessions of a real mom. I know, right? That should be the name of my podcast. Meghan's Mole, Confessions of a Real Mother with a Real Child. But at the end of the day, my friends, I'm going to champion what Dr. Chandauka is doing. I am going to always stand behind Dr. Chandauka, and I'm going to call out the hypocrisy of the Sussex Squad, because they are now going after this Black woman, calling her every name under the sun, calling her an angry Black woman. Now, imagine that. Imagine that. Being called an angry Black, like, how rude. How absolutely rude. And I wanted to end off on this. I wanted to end off on this because this is just crazy to me. So Prince Harry and Prince Sisu co-founded Sentebale in 2006. And Sentebale means don't forget me in Sithoso language. But it looks like Harry and Sisu have forgotten their roots in helping out those with HIV/AIDS in exchange for greed. Let's not forget that Harry has forgotten about Kiki. Remember the little girl that he promised to take care of? Now, I was thinking of something here. If anyone can look, I've been searching high and low to find Kiki's contact information. I want to personally donate to Kiki myself. Harry hasn't done it. Harry is a multi-millionaire. He's got the money. I'm just a single parent who is, keeping my head above water. But I am pretty sure that me sending Kiki $100 US a month or something will be a lot more than whatever Harry is doing. And I would like to help her out. If anyone has any ideas on how I can get a hold of her, how I can get her information or anything, because I would like to personally reach out to her and help her out. $100 US a month or a little more isn't going to hurt me, but I feel like if I make a difference in her life, then I could actually get some kind of good karma here too in my life here. I good karma all the time. I want all the good karma that I could get in this world. But if you guys can help me out, if you guys find any information on how to get a hold of Kiki or her family, please do email it to me. My email is megansmole@gmail.com. You can also DM me on Twitter. You can send me a comment in the comment section here of the video of this live. It is, just let me know. The International Red Cross would be a thought to find. Ooh, good idea. I will reach out to them and the thing is that I don't want to do it through any organization or charity because I know that they take the cut. I know that they will take a percentage. I want this she's now a grown woman. I want her to have all of the money that I'm sending her. So I want a direct line to this family. I want to see, and even it would be cool if we could even do a fundraise for that family. But personally myself, I know that fundraisers on YouTube and stuff get a bad name because of shit that has hit the fan before through fundraisers. But if I can personally send it out to her, I would love to do that because this is absolutely horrific. Steven says 2016 charity events, 4,261,000 charity got 90K. Yeah. You are merely seeking contact information. Also, yeah, I will definitely check that out. Thank you, Gray Voice, for that. Thank you so much. I think Kiki has probably passed her when Kiki was 6. No, I think Kiki is going to school. I think her grandmother passed because her grandmother was taking care of her. But I have a Rumble channel. My Rumble channel has all of my past and previous work from when I opened the YouTube and then when I got demonetized and had to take down all the pregnancy stuff. Go, same name, Megan's Mole. But anyways, guys, I better get out of here because I've kept you for too long. I'm going to keep an eye out on this. I'm going to definitely screw Megan's stupid cupcakes. She can post all the cupcakes and photos of herself with her legs wide open as much as she wants. I don't give a shit about her stupid cupcakes. I definitely want to get to the bottom of this and Harry going around and using people and using charities because this guy is a prick. And yeah, the angry Black women are calling her. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry that I went on a rant about this today. My apologies that today's live was kind of scatterbrained all over the place. Today's live, I just basically did it off the top of my head. I didn't write any notes. I just went with what was in my heart and what just came out of my mouth at the time. But I do also, hold on, before you guys go, there is this one thing though that I always found interesting because Prince Harry and this guy, Prince Sisu, say that they started this charity because they also wanted to, what was it? Uh, to, um, to remember their mothers. It said that like Harry and Sisu basically became close because of the tragic deaths of their mothers, right? So get this, Prince Sisu, I looked it up because I was curious. I was like, when did Prince Sisu lose his mother? Like, what age? Prince Sisu's mother passed away. Hold on, let me tell you here. At the age of 62 in 2003. They began Sentebale in 2006. So that right there, I'm sorry, this was a grift for Prince Sisu from the very beginning, in my opinion. Your mother was 62 years old and passed away from, what was it? Let me take a look here. She had, what was it? She died on congestive heart failure. She had a heart attack and she passed away. And this is a grown man who had yeah, exactly, right? Right? Yeah, Prince Sisu's mother passed away at 62 when she was in 2003. Harry lost his mother when he was a kid and she was 38. Like from the very, like even the stories doesn't match up. Even the stories doesn't like, hey, let's use this to our advantage that our mothers passed away and like we can get more money while claiming that we're helping these people with AIDS and HIV. No way. Full of shit. Anyways, I just wanted to leave on that thought. But guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here because it's been an hour and I'm probably going to clip this live later to make it shorter. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get going. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Make sure you hit the like button. And I will have a video up for later talking about the dildos that Meghan Markle will be trying to put out. Ugh. Gross. Anyways, guys, take care. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the mods for their time and everything. I love you all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Bye, guys.